Hey everybody, Captain Shane here. I'm back in the MD-11. We're at the Worldport, Louisville, KSDF. We're going to be taking this aircraft. This is November 263 Uniform Papa up to Hamilton, which is the hub that I'm the chief pilot for in my VA. There's no MD-11s there currently, and I thought I'd fly one up for my other pilots to use if they would like to. So we've already got the flight plan planned, but I need to set up the aircraft. I got power attached to the aircraft, but we got to do all the rest. So let's go ahead and run through our checklist here. Get power on the aircraft, which we can just do up here.
Autopilot.
Parking brake. Released, and the gear handle is checked. Engine AP's fire test. Hey Tweedle! Well, this should be just like a 1 hour flight. This is pretty quick.
Fire. Engine 2 fire. Engine 3 fire.
Alright. Flow lines. Let's do the air system check.
Overspeed.
Okay, checking all my digits, making sure I got everything online here.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
And then air system test should come up on the
Overspeed.
Alright. IRS is coming on. We should get the cargo fire warning here. Okay, hydraulic pressure test coming online now. On the schematic there. Emergency power. Armed. Emergency lights. Windshield defog on. Logo lights and nav lights are on. Okay. Nav lights are on. Logo lights are on. Set. No smoking. Standby ADI. Uncaged. Takeoff warning system. Let's do throttle 1.
Stabilizer.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Flat.
Of all the aircraft I fly, I'm the most competent in this one, so I can usually put on a good show.
Stabilizer. Flat.
Okay, takeoff warning system is checked. EIS panel. Let's go. Traffic data. VOR 12, 12. Full bright on the Wixer. Press for Wixer on the left. Full bright for terrain. Weight and balance. Oh, headrest. Let's take a look at weight and balance here. And for that, we'll refer to our flight plan, which is right here. Okay, cost index 156. We're cooking with grease today. Flight level 350 for the cruise. 17 knot tailwind component. Block fuel 44,960. And the cargo weight today is going to be 165.6. We'll go over the routing in a little bit. So let me get that in there. So let's do total payload 165,600. Block fuel 44,960. Taxi fuel 2,000 pounds. Trip fuel is 21,004. And let's apply it to the aircraft. Look at that. You see the strut settle with that. Alright, so it looks like our takeoff weight today is going to be about 461,000 pounds. Landing weight at Hamilton, approximately 441. Takeoff CG is 27.9. A little bit more forward than normal, but still within range. Cool. IRS. Let's go ahead and do that now. So let's align the IRS. And we'll go ahead and program our FMC. So we're going from SDF to YHM. Again, that's my hub. If you guys are interested in joining UPS Virtual Air Cargo, I would strongly encourage you to come to my virtual airline and my hub, which is Hamilton. And I can be your boss. I'm really nice, I promise. CYTR is our alternate, which is Trenton. Flight number is UPS 2061. Cost index is 156, which is pretty high. And the average wind component, temps are +5. Let's see this. +5, so -49. +17. Okay, that's looking good. Fuel page looks nice. Alright. Flight plan. So, we're at Louisville, and we're planning on using runway 17 right with the EVA 1 departure, shipper transition. Insert that. Yeah, that looks correct. And after shipper, we're going to go direct to APE. APE. And then over to, I guess that's wind shear? WWSHR. I don't know what that's supposed to be. And then direct to Gucci. UCE. And then ASUS. That doesn't sound right. The ASUS arrival? ASUS 2? What is that? ASUS 2 arrival, huh? Is this new? I'm not familiar with ASUS arrival. Alright, well, I guess we'll use it. I'm not familiar with it. Okay, whatever. So, let's from Gucci, we're gonna... Oh, no. Wait. Flight plan. We gotta put in ASUS. How have I never flown that before? Okay. And then from there, we're gonna pick up the... Okay, well, it doesn't even like that. I don't even think it likes that, Wow. Okay, whatever. It does not like that at all. Oh, jeez. I know what's wrong. I put the wrong... Oh, the CYMH? No wonder. I put the wrong airport in. Well, I'm too dumb. KSDF. Now I gotta reprogram this whole dang thing. CYHM. There we go. CYTR. Alright, let's try this flight plan again. Oops. I can do this fast. 17 right, EVA 1, shipper transition, insert. Alright, sorry about that, crew. I don't know what I had there. Aneurysm. Where's my flight plan? Okay, APE. A-E-E. Wind shear. Gucci. I was gonna say, none of those approaches look correct at all to me. ASUS. Like, no wonder I hadn't been here before. Alright, ASUS. And then arrival, there it is, ASUS 2. And we're looking for the RDAV Zulu runway 30 approach. Kedbu. The minimums on there are 1,071. Insert. Let's double check that. Alright, so from DAXAT, we're going to go... Oops, flight plan. It's not a Boeing. There we go. That's what we want. Flight plan is checked and set. I like it. Okay, flight plan is checked and set. Let's take a look at the departure. Alright. Let's get that information from... Yeah, man. I don't know what I was thinking with that. Alright, let's get some takeoff performance calculations here. We have a wet runway here at okay. We're also using 17 right. Okay, takeoff flex setting 60, flaps 15. B1 142, 158, 165. Alright, looks good. Looks like we have a 3-knot tailwind component and a 5-knot crosswind component. So let's do flex 60, which is maximum D rate here. Flaps 15. Outside air temperature is 20 Celsius, and it's raining. 0 slope, and according to this, we have a +3 tailwind component. All right. Boom, boom. Oh, actually, those numbers are not correct. Let's go 142, 158, and 165 on the B2. Okay, there's our numbers. Those are in. Flight plans on the left. Takeoffs on the right. And IRS is checked, FMC checked and set. All right, let's move on to the final cockpit prep checklist. Fuel quantity checked and set. Let's confirm. 45,000 pounds on board. FMC checked and confirmed. Flap takeoff selector, flaps 15. FCP airspeed set for 250. FCP heading will be 170. Took our IRS just aligned. FCP altitude we're going to set up to 350. Altimeters. Let's check those now. Alright, altimeters 3018. 3018. And 3018 on the standby. Auto brakes. Takeoff. IFR clearance. We got a PDC here. Looks like 6616 for the squawk code transponder. 6616. Takeoff taxi departure brief. Okay. We are currently at SDF. Park over here on ramp 11. So our taxi's, we're gonna push back here, tail facing south, taxi forward, swing a left onto taxiway Charlie. Actually, no, correction, take that up to Bravo. And we'll take Bravo all the way over to Bravo 8, holding short point for 17 right. We're on the EVA 1 RNAV departure. So the instructions here are climb on heading 170 to intercept course 185 to Easy, then on track 157 to Wody, then on track 096 across EVA at or above 12,000 feet, and there it is. So no initial altitude here. So basically, as soon as we're able to after takeoff, we're going to swing a right turn to 185, usually around 400 feet minimum altitude, and then as depicted here, the only crossing restriction is EVA at or above 12,000. In the MD-11, we'll have absolutely no trouble making that. Okay, that is your takeoff taxi departure brief. Before start pushback checklist, status page on engine, APU is starting, and while that starts, I'm going to go ahead and get my desk all set up here. Be right back. take a look, see how the webcam looks here. Alright, we're all set here. Okay. Alright, APU starter, doors and windows. Close everything up. Oxide hydraulic pump 1 is on. APU power is on. External power is off. Parking brake is set. Full chocks or ground power unit are removed. Beacon light on. APU bleed on. Engine ignition switch. Let's go ignition A today. A cars. Alright. Flying on Batson. All set. Okay, push start clearance.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
I think that's the CTAP frequency for Louisville. Let me check it.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Go to connect. 124.2. Okay.
Stabilizer.
Why are my speed brakes indicating that they're up? Interesting. Alright.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
About there will do.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Let's see if we can get these spoilers to come down once we have engine hydraulic pressure on. That's not normal to have those extended like that. Legal traffic, good afternoon, UPS 2061 heavy. Push your start on ramp 11, tail facing south. Alright, parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Hi crew, starting engine number 3. Button out, light on. Okay, rotation in 2. Oil pressure's good. Fuel on. Okay, fuel flow and EGT. Button in, light out. Starting engine 1. Alright, spoilers are down. That's good. Okay, rotation in 2. Oil pressure's coming up. Come on. Fuel flow, EGT. Alright, starting engine 2, button out, light on. Rotation in 2. Oil pressure's coming up. Fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. 95%, button in, light out. After start checklist, engine and wing anti-ice not required. APU bleed, off, APU's off, and waiting on a ground signal. If we ever get done pushing back, we're done. Good.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Let's go ahead and set some flaps. Flaps 15.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Alright, see you on the left. Okay, flaps are set for takeoff. Flaps 15, spoiler handle. Armed, step trim. We're going to set to 5.6, aircraft nose up. Alright, takeoff data. B1 142, rotate 158, B2 165. Climb out speed is 175. Flaps retract are going to be at 170. Flat retract speed is 172, but we'll bump that up to 175. Slight retract speed 217. Clean maneuvering 244. All right, taxi takeoff departure brief. No updates. Radar tilt coming up. Transponder TARA. Status page config. Taxi clearance. Louisville traffic UPS 2061 heavy. Taxi runway 17 right from ramp 11 via Bravo. Louisville. Okay. Crew, we are ready for taxi. Parking brake released. Nose wheel steering, checks left and right, brakes check. Left turn. Nope. Up here. We'll check the flight controls on the taxiway. Nose wheel steering and brakes were checked. Right, there it is. Can't hardly see with the water on the... Alright, so we're going to head straight out, straight ahead. And we'll make a right turn on the second taxiway here. On the right, quiet day at Louisville today. I thought there'd be more people online. Alright, flight controls, check. Ailerons left, 3 green. Ailerons right, 3 green. Elevator up, 2 green. Elevator down, 2 green. Rudder left, 2 green. Rudder right, 2 green. Alright, flight controls checked. Alright, we can start on the before takeoff checklist. Status page. Engine display. EAD is checked with the green box. Nav and profile are armed. And auto flight armed. We'll hold on the exterior lights. There's quite a bit of water on the taxiway. I can feel it in the steering. A little slippery. Okay, clear on the left, and clear on the right. We're gonna cross runway 29. Okay, exterior lights. Break. Okay, so we got all that done. Radar switch is coming on. Let's do one quick check, one last weather check before we depart. Alright. Okay, any updates to this? Nope. The wind is 050 at 6 knots. Okay. 3 knot tailwind. And a 5 knot left crosswind component, no big deal. Louisville traffic UPS 2061 heavy departing runway 17 right, EVA 1 departure. Alright, clear on the right, clear on the left, TCAS is clear. Let's roll. Runway heading is 170. This will be a static takeoff. Okay, wipers. I don't care for that sound. I'm glad we'll turn those up as soon as possible. Alright, crew. Power's coming up. Engine 3's lagging a little bit. Alright, good. Power is stable. Set takeoff thrust. Brakes released. Thrust set. Knots. Take off clamp. One. need those on anymore. Moving traffic, UPS 2621, heavy clear, 17 right. Okay. Pushing the nose down for acceleration altitude.
Stabilizer motion.
Speed checks, flaps to track. And speed checks, slats to track. Yeah, there's 250 knots. We'll climb at that speed. Find the flight director. Get up on 10,000 feet. Once we hit it, we'll go ahead and turn on the autopilot. Okay, 10,000 feet, autopilot. And we'll push the nose down for 349 knots. Takeoff checklist. Landing gear up, lights out. Spoiler handle disarmed. Auto brakes off. Flaps and slats are up. Retract. Left takeoff selector. Flaps 15. EAD. No alerts. Exterior lights. Set. Waiting on transition altitude. Ooh. A little bit of a weather cell off to the right there. That's fun. Over there. Stay out of that. Okay, look good. Climbing through 16,000, heading up to 350. Starting to bust through these clouds here. A little brighter in here. Okay, transition altitude, flight level 180. Altimeters are set standard and after takeoff checklist complete. Alright guys, we're climbing. And this thing climbs very fast, so we should be at the cruise altitude pretty soon. Alright, climbing to flight level 215. Look at that. What are these clouds? Oh, explain beta. You gotta love it. Like, what is it? What is that? What is that supposed to be? Oh, man. What is that thing? What? What? What is that? Okay, explain. Alright, you're drunk. Go home. It looks like the Grand Canyon of clouds. Okay. Hey, it's a beta, alright? Work in progress. There we go. That's starting to look a little bit better. I don't know what that was, what we were in before, but this looks a little like what I would expect. But you can see that big formation of clouds is painting on our weather radar, so whatever that is probably cumulonimbus. We don't go into that. We're swinging a left turn here, coming up pretty quick at Shipper. And that'll be the exit for the, yeah, beta clouds are something else, man, aren't they? Alright, so we're over Lexington, Kentucky. We'll make it a left turn here and then on course. And that is basically where we exit the departure. Let's get the weather. That's the current weather we're looking at. There's some segments that I saw that were to the south over here, but they weren't really impacting our direction of flight. I didn't see any up here, but it looks like there's some moving into Hamilton, but we'll see as we get closer. Alright, climbing to flight level 300. The beta looks great. The clouds don't sometimes, but as a whole, I think it looks good. Yeah, look at that, dude. That looks nice. I think we got a bogey. What is that behind us? Oh. Thought I saw that. It's a 777-200 LR. Indeed, Charlotte, United Airlines. Okay, flight level 330, 2,000 to go.
Altitude.
1,000 to go. Alright, crew. Flight level 350. So if you notice that we kind of overshot our course a little bit, the reason being is that we have a pretty gnarly left quartering tailwind, which is blowing us to the right. So we have to fly to the left to maintain this track, right? So that's why we kind of had to go wide and come back in, because we're getting blown off course. So we have to compensate by flying several degrees left of track. So right now our track is 040, but we're flying 032 magnetic. About there will do. Alright, let's see how long we got. My sunglasses on. Okay, 383 miles to go to Hamilton, and top of climb, or top of descent, 261, about 31 minutes we'll be descending. Look at this. Oh, it looks a lot nicer up here now. Let's look at this. Wow. That looks pretty cool. They did. It does look really nice right now. Well, I gotta kill some time, guys. We got about 30 minutes before we head down, so I won't even start briefing the arrival for a while. So tomorrow, if everything goes well, I'm going to be doing a live stream in the Airbus A321, the tolless one, and I'll be flying with a real A320 pilot from Poland. He's on my Discord right now. I met him about a month ago on Reddit, of all places, and I really want to learn how to fly the A320 better because I don't understand it at all. And this guy is a rated A320 pilot, so he and I are probably going to live stream a shared cockpit, shared flight thing. And I think it'd be really fun to learn like the call outs and the buttons and how that aircraft flies. I can fly the plane, I just don't do it well. Like, I'm not confident in it like I am with this. So that should be fun. As soon as I have a time, I'll put a little notice on my channel for it. But I think it's going to be a really fun activity. And I also have somebody who wants to do a shared flight with me in the Sparky 747-400. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that plane. After my last flight in it wasn't so fun. But maybe I just need to learn to not trust the VNAV and just kind of do my own thing with it. And maybe I can make it a little more enjoyable of an experience. Yeah, I don't hardly fly Airbus either, but I'd like to learn because it's one of the most prevalent aircraft out there, and I feel like I'm missing out on it because it's such a huge chunk of commercial aviation that I'm not partaking. So I did buy the A321 about 2 months ago, and I flew it twice, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. You know why? Because I don't know what I'm doing. So having an actual real life A320 pilot with me will be a big help, and it will be actually really fun to watch. I'll be sitting right seat, he'll sit left seat. And how you move over is just like this. Like, I'll just be sitting over here. Such a weird view from here. Oh, you have the A300, huh? Well, I never was able to get it. They basically abandoned it for X-Plane. So, and I don't fly Microsoft Flight Sim, so I won't be doing that much. But the thing about the A300 is it's so much different from all the other ones. The A300 and the A310 were kind of like a completely different cockpit experience, and in many ways I find that the A300 flying experience is similar to the MD-11 in as much as how it operates the cockpit. The FMC, I believe, is a Pegasus, just like this, so it's almost identical button-wise. I think it has something similar to profile, like we have. So, if I was gonna fly, if I could fly the A300, the AnyBuilds one for X-Plane 12, I would gladly do it because that's a big airframe for UPS, and we have tons of flights for it. But I just don't really have any plane to fly it with, so it's a shame. Because I'd fly the A300 more often if I had one. I mean, that could be a coding thing or something. I don't really know what the power settings are on the A300, so I can't really comment on it. Well, what VA is that? That's kind of silly. The N1 settings are derived from the FMC, and it determines what the climb limit should be, right? That's not really... They should be penalized for that. Your thrust limits are what they are, see? If that particular engine, which I believe is the CF6... Well, what do you got? You got... I think you have the JT8Ds or the CF6 engines available on the 8300, and if you have thrust settings that are in excess of 100%, it is what it is. It doesn't mean that you're exceeding engine limits. The engine limit on the MD-11 is like 110, 115% N1 max. I think that's kind of silly for your VA to penalize that. If that's what it is what it is. Clouds are looking really nice over there. You tell your virtual airline that they can't be penalizing for exceeding 99% N1. Because if you ever fly an MD-11, you're going to be all over that all the time. I mean, we'd be exceeding it right now if we went to climb. That doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. That's kind of silly. It sounds like somebody who's very badly misinformed or who flies 737s who are used to CFM 56 engines that don't push a lot of N1. And what happens if you're flying with an aircraft that uses EPR? Like, what's the max EPR level? I mean, it's so subjective. Not the smartest policy. Alright, so at 25 after... aircraft down there. Way below us. Oh, no wonder, it's way down there. What airport is that? What airport is that? KCHM? What is this? Oh, Port Columbus? I've never even heard of such a place. Or is this Columbus International? Oh, it's Columbus, Ohio. I've never been there, I'll tell you that. I've never been to Columbus, Ohio, and I have no intention of going there, ever. Ohio has nothing that I need. Well, tell whoever does that VA stuff that you have a lot of aircraft that are going to exceed 100% N1 under normal operating conditions, and that should not be penalized. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to Ohio. That's one state that I haven't been to yet. No, I've been to Cleveland, Ohio, like in sim. I flew to Cleveland and back, and I didn't like it. I've never physically been to Ohio. Here you can see what kind of wind correction angle we have to fly right now. 100 knot crosswind, basically, coming off from the left. So we're having to fly 10 degrees off course just to maintain a track. Yeah, strong winds. I wish they were on my tail. As we get closer to Hamilton, we'll start making right turns here. We'll get a little more of that wind on the tail. A little choppy up here too. You can kind of see the autopilot's working. I'm working overtime to keep this thing level. Last I checked in Hamilton, we're looking at some gusty winds there too. Yeah, look at that. Ooh. Alright, we got a weather update here at Hamilton. The wind is 040 at 6 knots. Well, we're just kind of eat that. It's just a crosswind. It's a light crosswind. It was gusting earlier, but it looks like the weather's calmed down. Light rain, ceiling 4,400 feet. Okay. What's up, Cat? How you doing, man? So I just went to the to the galley. Well, I like the 7.5, the 7.6. I like the 737 freighters, the 7 and 8, MD-11. I would love to fly a 747. That was good, but we just don't really have one. That's good. I'm next flying 12 right now, so that kind of sucks. And if and when the Flight Factor 777F becomes available, I will definitely be flying that too, if we ever get one. All right. Let's do our descent and approach checklist. So we'll review the landing data here. Estimated landing weight is 442.6. Gives us an approach speed of 160. We'll be using Hamilton runway 30, 10,000 foot. Minimum auto brakes will be just fine for that. So landing on 30, because of the taxiway arrangements here, we're going to end up having a back taxi. So what we'll do is we'll plan for a full length rollout all the way to the end of 30, and then we'll do a 180 turn and back taxi down 12, make a left turn on the Charlie, and we can make a right turn on to 24 if it's not busy. Left turn on to Bravo, left turn on to Alpha, and right turn on to the south ramp there. We're on the ASUS 2 RNAV arrival. Very little to do with this, so basically from ASUS we're going to fly to DAXAT. We're going to press forward on this because we're going to shoot down to Kenbu to swing around to pick up the RNAV Zulu runway 30 arrival or approach, which I'll put up on here now. So basically the RNAV Zulu runway 30 Kenbu is as follows. Oh, alright, hold on. I gotta call the chart up manually here. Approach RNAV Zulu. Okay, so from Kenbu we need to be at or above 3,000 feet, probably more like 5. From Delva we need to be at or above 3,000, at or below 3,900. That's the initial approach fix. Then we swing a left-hand turn to GoPeb. We need to be crossing GoPeb at 2,200 feet. From GoPeb, we'll start a 3-degree glide path down. Actually, this looks like it's a maximum descent angle of 4.3. That's kind of a steep approach. No, I'm sorry, that's not. 4.3 miles to minimum descent. Alright, that's fine. It's just a 3-degree glide path. The minimums for us, because we're not LPV, we're LNAV VNAV, is 1073 baro. Alright, MSA is 3,100 feet. This approach is climb straight ahead to 2,800 feet on track 297. But if we do go around, I'll plan to climb to this altitude. We'll make a right close traffic pattern and come back around again. Alright. And then Hamilton is on 125.0. Okay, we'll reset the altitude down to 10,000 feet for now. I do have the, I have Microsoft Flight Simulator as well, and I have the 777F in there too. I've only flown it twice though, because I can't stomach Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, arrival and approach briefing is performed. Radar will tilt down. Windshield anti-ice is not required. Decision height, minimum descent altitude. 1073 baro. percent, which should be in 47 miles, 5 minutes. Hey, we're out over the Great Lakes now. I don't remember which one this one is. It's Lake Erie. Okay. We just passed over Cleveland. Look at that sun glowing off the water. That's pretty cool. Hey, Quartz, how you doing, man? Yeah, Hamilton. I'm bringing this MD-11 up to the guys because a lot of my pilots aren't MD-11 qualified, or they don't have the hours yet, but they will really soon. So I want to give them an aircraft to fly out of Hamilton if they so choose, because we don't have any MD-11s up there right now. In fact, if we have a quick second, let's take a look where all the MD-11s are at. Scattered all over the place, okay. So there's one in Toronto. That thing's been sitting there for a month because nobody wants to fly it. A couple in Europe. Atlanta, Dallas, JFK, Miami, Minneapolis, a bunch in Ontario, 3 in Philadelphia. Raleigh Durham's got one. Louisville's got 5. Anchorage has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 of these are at Honolulu. And I'm going to bring this one up to Hamilton just now, or right now. Yes, there's a big event on July 14th. Unfortunately, I won't be able to participate because I'm going to be in London. So I'm kind of bummed about it. I would have loved to have flown that, but I'm going on vacation with my kids to London, Canada. Not London, Canada. Geez, no, London in the United Kingdom. So we'll be in Europe for a week, right around the time that the event's happening. So I'm gonna miss it, which is a bummer because it would have been fun to be part of that. All right, top of descent. It's coming up 12 miles. any second now. Should be seeing vertical alert here, and then we'll start down. There it is. Alright, crew, we're heading down. It's indicating that we're really high on the profile right now, but it's been my experience flying up here in the past that it tends to come back in on its own later on, so. Tell you what, in the interest of time, let's cut the corner a little bit. Let's go direct to Kenbu. No ATC here anyway, right? Hey, Sim Pilot, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. We're on descent now for Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. We should be there in about 2251, about 15 minutes or so. Getting a little bit faster. I'm going to put some speed brakes in. We're kind of getting close to the barber pole there. Alright, retract. I think it's because as we're descending, we're kind of, the tailwind's coming off. So when you take a knot off the tailwind, it gets added to your forward airspeed, right? Speed brake. It's telling me to add drag again. Oh yeah, we're getting really, really fast here. Hey, retracted. Really bumpy up here today. Tweedle, you do not have to use VATSIM. If you take a look at our website, actually, the bulk of our pilots don't fly on VATSIM. Let me show you. So these are currently airborne. Let's see, where's the airborne pilots right now? Right here. These are the airborne pilots right now, and see, this guy is offline. This guy's on VATSIM offline, VATSIM offline. So you do not have to be on VATSIM to log a flight. I like to fly on VATSIM, but it's not required. There you go. And then we're right here. Oh, speed brakes. Getting fast again. Too busy talking, I almost oversped the aircraft. Alright, retract. There you go. It's encouraged but not required. Yeah, I hope you do. Come fly with me at Hamilton, man. You do not have to fly out of Hamilton. Like, it's just an administrative assignment. You can fly anywhere in our route system. Any aircraft you're qualified to fly. You don't have to fly out of Canada. You're just assigned there administratively for me to manage every month. Doesn't mean you have to be a Canadian pilot flying in only Canadian routes. Alright, again, airspeed. It's just the tailwind's coming off right now. Okay, coming up on 10,000 feet here pretty quick. We're gonna need to shed some airspeed, and I already blew through my altimeter setting. And I was too busy talking again. Too busy talking and not enough time paying attention. Alright, hold on. Let me get the weather. Altimeter 3019. Okay, altimeter set. And on a standby, 3019. I'm gonna go ahead and do exterior lights. Have to take correction. Approach checklist complete.
Altitude.
I'm gonna put in some speed brake here to help slow us down because we were way fast.
Altitude.
Way fast. Like a lot fast. I'm bleeding off some speed here. Yeah, it's okay, my fault. Alright, speed brakes. We're getting enough speed off this thing. Alright, let's start down. Altitude, I set 2,800 feet. That should get us close. back on. Terrain. Speed brakes getting a little fast. Hamilton should be out here somewhere. Alright, we'll dial up the CTAF.
Stabilizer motion.
It's over there. In the cloud. More speed brake in. Yeah, I think we're starting to bust through the cloud layer. Hamilton should be right over here. I don't know why I'm not seeing. Oh, there it is. Alright. Flaps 15. I'm gonna go manual speed here. Speed 200. Traffic, good afternoon. UPS 2061 heavy on the RNAV Zulu runway 30. Hi, Flight 504. Nice to see you, man. What hub did you apply for, 504? Hopefully Hamilton, because you know that's the best one. You guys make me look good. I've got like the third highest pilot count in the whole VA. And I think a lot of it has to do with my, you know, YouTube stuff that I'm doing right now. I get a lot of people interested because they watch my videos. So I think that's why I attract so many pilots. Alright guys, let's get ready here. Let's go flaps 28 and we'll go back to FMS speed. Alright, I'm going to arm the speed brakes. Let's go gear down.
Stabilizer motion.
Flaps 35.
Altitude.
Don't see the airport yet. Let's keep the altitude going down. Oh, kind of make it out. Oh, there we go. I'm getting visual now. All right, let's get the missed approach altitude to 2,800 feet.
2,500.
Okay.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
Okay. Throttle's coming off. Runway in sight. RNAV got me a little bit off center here. I'm correcting. Oh, Dallas. Ugh. Whatever, man. I'm just kidding. Dallas is fine. Okay, before landing checklist, landing gear down 4 green, spoiler handles arm, auto brakes minimum. Flaps and slaps, flaps 35, altimeters cross-checked. 3019, EAD, check green box, landing clearance. Hamilton traffic, UPS 2061,
1,000.
final 30. Okay, a little bit low on the PAPIs, correcting. Okay, back on them. Low again, correcting.
500. Approaching minimum. 400. Minimum.
Continue.
300. Runway really comes up to meet you. Manual braking. Versus normal. Full length rollout. We'll turn around at the far end. On the brakes. Alright, we gotta do a 180 turn here. It was not that great. So the runway slopes up on that thing, so it comes up to you as you're flaring. After landing checklist, Spoiler handle up, retract, disarm, flaps and slats. Up. Auto brakes. Off. Radar. Off. Let's hold on landing lights. We're on the runway still. Temporarily, I'm going to put it back on. I tried to fly the Sparky 747, and it didn't make sense to have 3 throttle levers that were the same and one that wasn't. So I converted back to have all 4 being the same, or else it would have been all awkward in my hand. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Wide day at Hamilton. Yeah, the MD-11 has a kind of a narrow turning radius, because if you look at the way the nose landing gear is, it's actually pretty far back from the cockpit. Also, it has about a 75-degree steering angle, which is pretty steep. All right, let's continue. Landing lights off, taxi lights off, strobe lights off, runway turn off, APU started, and let's start on the stab trim. We had a lot of stab trim in for this approach. Okay, we'll make a right turn here on the runway 24. Okay, stab trim set, 3 degrees up. After land checklist complete. Clear on the left, clear on the right. What did smart cars think our landing rate was? 263 feet per minute? Yeah, I think so. It was pretty firm. Not my best. But not a strut bender either. Left turn here. This is going to be at a little bit of an awkward angle trying to get into this taxiway for this parking spot. It's about 135 degrees to our right. So this is going to really test my taxiing ability here, guys. Let's see what I can do. So we're on spot 10. Alright. Well, wish me luck here. Parking brake set. Let's see what we did. Not bad. I mean, I undershot it a little bit, but basically came in and made a 135-degree turn. I'll take it. Alright, parking checklist. Transponder. Standby. Fuel switch is off. Engine anti-ice is not on. Windshield anti-ice not on. Windshield defog off. Emergency power off. Emergency lights off. IRSs off. Nose light off. Beacon lights off. Open up the aircraft. Alright. Parking brake released. External power on. AP power off. APU off. Parking checklist complete. Welcome to beautiful Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, guys. This is my hub. This is where I operate a lot, but not always, because I'm from Southern California, so I really didn't want this assignment. I was kind of hoping that I was going to get Ontario, but the Ontario hub manager position was filled, so they asked me if I'd come up here to Hamilton and take it over because it didn't have a hub manager for a long time, and it was like dying on the vine. So I decided I'd come up here, and it's been a very positive experience. I do miss flying in. I wish I was assigned to a stateside hub, but I'll be happy with this. I get it done. Hope you guys enjoyed the short little flight here. I'm going to leave this aircraft on the ground for any of my pilots that want to fly it. And I'm thinking the next time I fly UPS, it may be... I was kind of considering bringing back one of those Honolulu MD-11s that are parked over there. Fly that back to Louisville or something. That'd be an overnight flight, though. It's like 8 or 9 hours. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later. I gotta go get in the shower and get cleaned up. Me and the girlfriend are heading out for date night here, so I need to go get changed. Still wearing soccer stuff. I'll catch you guys on the next one.